Hello, readers. Today I don't want to talk to you about a book that I've read, but a book that I've heard. It is one of my first audiobooks in a very long time. I heard a couple of years ago, but I wasn't sure about my feelings towards those books because I heard them mainly right before going to bed, and I wasn't very sure about the story because they kind of got disconnected in the middle, and I would listen to them while sleeping, and generally I wasn't really sure what I thought about those books. So I did not review them, but this is a book that I have heard while I was awake, while I was doing other things, and written by an author that I have read multiple times in physical form. The book that I read or heard this time was called The Perfect Assassin by James Patterson. And James Patterson is one of those authors that I have spoken about previously, and I've said that he is either a very good writer, he writes really amazing books, or sometimes his stories are really bad. They're very boring. This book was a very interesting book. It hooked me on right from the moment I started into the story, and it kept me engaged throughout. I wanted to know what is happening. I wanted to find out more. I was engrossed in the story. I wanted to come back and listen to it. So that means it was a good book. I would have probably enjoyed it a lot if I was reading it also. So I would give it a good rating on Goodreads as well. But I would also recommend a book like this to people who don't like reading but who want to start reading. They can start with audiobooks. This is a great way of being introduced to the ideas of stories and imagination, and without the effort of reading a book. So people who don't have the discipline to sit and read a book can listen to audiobooks while they're on the go. They can do it while they're driving, working out, working, generally a lot of things. I heard pretty much everywhere, so I'm pretty content with how I took about the audiobook. It was a very interesting book. I would recommend you to read it. If you have the physical book, then definitely read it. If you want to listen to the audio, you can definitely go back on YouTube and listen to it. It's very easily available. That's where I heard it, so I know it's an easy book to get your hands on. Just listen to it. I would also recommend audiobooks to those people who don't like reading, who don't have it in them to sit down and read. They can get introduced to the world of audiobooks and the world of imagination, because that's what reading does. It helps you imagine, and the audiobook did the same. Obviously it did not go at the pace that I wanted it to go, because it was an audiobook. Because when I'm reading, I can read at my own pace, but with the audio, you're actually listening to somebody else read it, so it was not the exact same pace that I would have taken it at. But imagination wise, I think the book is great, and I would highly recommend audiobooks to those people, especially those people who don't like reading. I think I'm going to continue doing audiobooks in the future, because with this book as an introduction, I think I really enjoy myself, and I'm definitely going to recommend others to do through it. Also, I'm going to recommend, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that, because I'm going to come back next week with another book that I have read or heard, and I'm going to talk to you. Sorry about that. I'll see you around next week. Bye bye.